my channel. My name is Louise, and my channel is a haul every Saturday. I used to say without fail, but I can't say that anymore. Then I upload whatever's happening in my life at the time. I tend to talk a lot when the camera comes on. It's going to be emotional a lot of the time at the moment. I'm just going to get that out there. If you are new here, I'm going through some stuff. You'll have to look at past videos because I'm going to try my best to hold it together. If you enjoy somebody that does talk a lot, I'm usually upbeat and happy. I'm not usually miserable or sad or whatever. It's just a patch of life right now. If you'd like to, you can subscribe down below. You can give me a comment about anything. I may not answer. I'm not going to commit right now. I'm struggling to. Give me a like if you like today's video. That's it. That's the intro bit out of the way, I guess. So my hauls, we work on a £60 budget. I'm trying my best to keep my brain together here. So we work on a £60 budget. I went to 2 shops. I went to Iceland and Asda. I have my receipts. Got to try and remember everything I need to say. So I popped in Iceland just to have a look and waste some time, basically. I did come out with a couple of little bits, did get a bargain. We spent £6.28 in there. And then Asda, which is like our main shop place, I spent £37.79. Yeah, I spent £37.79 in there. Things I've got to tell you. What have I got to tell you? There was a couple of things. Oh, so you know when the words don't quite connect. I know what I want to say and I can't think of it. Food bank things, that was it. So I always donate 3 food bank items. I always mention it here because I'm going to give you prices, so you know, if anybody wanted to add it up, it wouldn't add up correctly. So I usually donate 3 items that go straight in the food bank, and the reason I put it straight into the food bank is because it's right there, and if I bring it home, it'll be just something that ends up sitting around the house for a long time because I'll just keep forgetting to take it or whatever, so I just donate it straight away. I don't, you know, I am having a lot of just, like, my brain just totally turns off for a bit. I thought I'd picked up 3 items, but then when I came to coming out, it turns out I'd only picked up 2. I could have sworn that I'd picked up a tin of beans, which apparently I didn't. So only 2 items got donated this week because I wasn't going to go back around. I'd already spent way too long in there as it was. So I donated a packet of tea bags and a tin of spaghetti this week. Would have been a tin of beans as well if I'd remembered, but I didn't. So this week's shop is, oh God, the amount of times I've said this week's shop's different over the years. So if you have been following, you'll know that I didn't do last week's haul until Tuesday, even though I shopped on Friday. So obviously a lot of that hadn't even been touched at that point. Food consumption in this house is very strange at the moment, so there's just an awful lot of things that we actually don't need because we haven't gone through it. Picked up things that we do need, a couple of bits that just fancied. We're trying to do some meal plans to keep me preoccupied during the week, but we're not really coming up with anything between the 2 of us. Sorry, that's my son. So I'm shopping for me and my adult son. There's going to be a lot of editing. Because my brain keeps going dead. I'm trying my best to remember everything, but I keep thinking there's something I've got to say and I can't think what it is. I did go around the shop a couple of times. I think I've used this sentence before. It's a mindless shop. I had the tiniest bit of a list, and then I literally kept going around the shop thinking, oh, I could go and get this, and then I went and I took myself out of it or something. It was just very strange. So we've got what we've got. Like I've told you the prices, so we're gonna go do the haul because I know I'm gonna be all over the place, okay? Just gotta deal with it. That's me. We're gonna do the haul. I'm gonna give you prices as I go along. I've got my receipt. Yeah, let's do the haul. So one of the things I did forget to say, I've just remembered, was a couple of items here have been cracked into or completely used. I've kept the packaging and everything because it was part of my haul. Corey came in from work and there was just a few bits that he wanted, so yeah, and there's an item missing, but you know, I'll try my best not to forget any of it. So we're actually going to have baked potatoes this week. It's something Corey's been talking about a lot and he doesn't eat them that often. So let's go with the potatoes first. So this is actually a slightly more expensive packet of potatoes. It's still a 2.5 kilogram. Now I usually get the cheaper version, and I can't honestly tell you, it's either like £1.15 or £1.25. But because I knew we were specifically going to make baked potatoes this week, I wanted, you know, decent sized potatoes. These are not that great considering this is specifically a baking potato packet. They're okay, but we're thinking of like the baked potato is going to be the main part of the meal, so we might have to do more than one. I was going to buy the cheaper one and just take a couple of the larger ones, but they didn't have them. They're like very, very small. So this one's actually £1.60. So I did pay a little bit more for that reason, but that's why I wanted the potatoes this week. So, you know, that's fine. We also said that we was going to have salad, and Corey doesn't eat salad that often. So I went through the list of things he wanted with it. We have, you know, everything else. I have lettuce and tomatoes and cucumber, but he said grated carrot. So originally, I looked at the 500 gram because that was 30p, and that would have done us because we're only going to get through 1 or 2 carrots realistically, because when you grate it, it ends up being a big pile, doesn't it? But I do remember Corey telling me about there's a horse on the way to work that's been put in the middle of a roundabout, and it's so sad around here when they do these things. And Corey said he keeps looking at him and he wants to give him some food. So I thought if I get the larger packet. So this is the 1 kilogram, which is double the size for an extra 20p. Then Corey can feed the horses on the way to work as well. So that's for horses as well as for us. Picked up some beetroot. Didn't realise I'm nearly out of beetroot. Now, Corey very occasionally eats beetroot. I do like it when he eats things that are fresher and healthier. Pickled one is the one I get. This is £1.20 for this this jar. This is a drained weight 462 grams. This is the crinkle cut one. Now I always get the crinkle cut because it's strange. If you can get the crinkle cut or the plain cut ones, and the plain cut always seems like the vegetable is harder. I don't know if it's just the way that it soaks up the juices or something, but I like this one better. And Corey is into the coleslaw as I am. This is 45p for this one. Now I did have a look. They did have a larger one because I feel like we're probably going to go through a lot of this one, a lot more this week if we're going to have salads. They have one that's, I think it's a 300 gram, and I believe, no, it's a 600 gram. This is the 300 gram. So this is the 300 gram. And they've got one that's a 600 gram. Now this is 45p. The 600 gram, it didn't have a label. So actually I had to pull things out. I think it said £1.70 for double the price. When you can get 2 of these for 90p. And it was this one, the Essentials one. So don't always assume, I have mentioned this before, don't always assume larger packaging. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my voice today. Yeah, don't always assume that the larger packaging is going to be the better deal. Just check it, because sometimes it's cheaper to buy the small, like more than one of the smaller sizes. I actually didn't get all the cheeses. Corey wanted some sliced. This one, the plastic cheese we call these, don't we? 55p for this one. So this is just your orangey cheese slices. He also wanted the cheddar cheese slices, which I didn't get. It was one of the things, I literally walked around the store twice. I bypassed them and talked myself out of it. Don't even know why, because we were under budget. But, you know, I can't explain what's going on in my head, so there you go. He wanted bacon. I think he's going to go for a BLT this week, which is unusual. He hasn't had one of those for a long time. This is £1.95 for 10 smoked back bacon rashers. This just tends to be the one I always go for. I can't even tell you why. It's just the one I go for. And I picked up the mature cheddar. We are getting low. I usually have a couple in the fridge. But I haven't bought this for a little while. I mean, it's gone up. It was, okay, so let me tell you the was price. When I last bought this, it was £3.85. £3.95? Oh God, I can't remember. I thought I'd remember that. I'm sorry. It was around that. It is now £4.20. You do get 825 grams, so it is a large amount of cheese. So it's still not... It's a decent price for the amount you're getting, but it's getting pretty expensive now. Like, yeah. This is one that Corey has broken into. Now, Corey used to get, I used to get the essential range in the sausage rolls for him. But then one time he just wanted to try some different ones, and this is the one he prefers. I couldn't tell you what the difference is. Sausage rolls are sausage rolls to me, I couldn't tell you. But I just want to say, so these are, I think, £1.75 normally. They're 25p off. They have two types of this. They're both the pork sausage rolls, all in the blue packaging. This is 12 snack, and they have the 6 normal ones. If you look at them, the size of the packet and everything is the same, but now, yes, here. So this is, I don't know if you can see that, this is a 372 grams. The other packet is a 360, so you're getting 12 grams more of, whether it's pastry or meat, I couldn't tell you, but you're getting more for your money if you just go with the snack ones. So just a random thing I thought I'd throw out there. If you do buy this one, it's worth just checking that out. Corey wanted a couple of mullahs. This was another thing I ended up standing there for a long time. He just said, you know, we had a few discussions. He'd remembered at work, so we had to message a few. So the end result was if I could get a selection, because usually Muller has a large selection of flavours, or you can get like the 6-pack. And you can get a couple of them or something, like 2 packs for a good deal or something like that. So these are actually, you can get 10 for £4. Or these are 70p each. I stood there for so long. This literally is the only 2 flavours they had, and they didn't have any of the 6-packs. The only 6-packs they had were the corners and the rices. So, you know, I'd been messaging Corey so much, I knew it as well. I didn't want to keep disturbing him. Turns out I could have got the corners, but I didn't know he liked them, but now I do. So the strawberry one and the toffee one is the only ones they had, so that's all I got. He's obviously had the strawberry already. I would have got the deal because it works out way cheaper, but I couldn't make the decision, so that's why we just ended up with the 2. I got some eggs this week, and Corey bought me for Christmas one of those mug cakes, and it's been sitting on the side, and I keep saying I'm going to make it, and he keeps asking me, have you tried it yet, have you tried it yet? And then I realised it needs eggs, so I picked up some eggs, and I don't know how much the eggs were. £1.75 for 6 large eggs. I was looking for the medium because I think it works out like a good chunk cheaper, but they didn't have any, so I just had to go with the large. I've got 2 tins of spaghetti loops. Now these are the 16p ones. It's the cheapest range, as I've mentioned before. If you've been here, you've heard this before. If you are new here, I did get the slightly more expensive one, which when I was buying them, they were 40p. I believe they've gone up to 48 now. But they didn't have them for a long time, so I thought, I'll just give the cheaper one a go. You never know. And I'm a convert, so I actually prefer these. They are very nice. Nice texture, nice amount of juices to it, nice taste, everything. Really enjoy these. At 16p a can, so I'm just picking 2 up to try and get my stocks going. Not committed too much, we're just doing it a little bit at a time. Also the beans, this was another thing. I was buying the more expensive one. And I just decided, because I randomly do that where I would just get a cheaper version of something just to give it a go, because you never know. I used to not get this one because most of the tin was juice, so you really wasn't getting your value for money, but now they've changed it and it's actually really good. You could get a proper full tin of beans now. The taste is good, the texture's good. In fact, I did eat a tin of beans the other day for my dinner, just a cold tin of it straight from the tin. Thoroughly enjoyed it. 27p a can for those. I got the tuna chunks in brine because I don't really like the oily one. This is very good. I've had this for years, and I've only ever had 1 can with 1 bone in it, and I've never had scales, so I would highly recommend this one. And I didn't realise I picked up a dented can. I tend to not do that, but it doesn't matter. So this is the baked beans and sausage. It's 42p a can. Again, it's another really good one, especially if you're you want like a stodgy, I can never remember that word, comfort food. That's very good for a comfort food. I got Orange Crush for myself again. This is 80p a bottle. Thoroughly enjoy it. There should be a bottle of Coke there, but Corey's taken upstairs. It's a 1.75 litre for £2.30. This is the 2 litre for 80p. I got myself some cash. Now, I don't eat nuts that much. Didn't realise I like nuts. I think it was last year I bought a whole random lot of nuts and tried different ones. I like every nut, it turns out, except peanuts. But I find them quite boring. And then I found these and I thought, you know what, it sounds quite nice, I want to give it a go. It was £2.50, I believe. Yeah, £2.50. You don't get a lot, but I mean, nuts are expensive anyway, and these are cashews, so, you know, they're going to be expensive. But I just thought that sounds nice, having a little bit of flavour with it. I am a Marmite fan, so thought I would give those a go. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Got some rolls for Corey. Again, this is the large soft rolls that they make in store. You can get 2 for 70p or 4 for £1, and Corey wanted burgers this week, so I just picked those up. No bread this week. I'm still working through that hard loaf from last week. I can barely get the knife through it, but once I've got the knife through it, toast it, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with the bread. I mean, honestly, shall I show you? Okay, so I have the bread left. It's so bad. So this is what I've got left of it, and it is, like, the whole thing is solid. Even this bit now is going, oh no, it's a little bit soft in the middle, it's hard around the outside, but literally slice it and I put it in the toaster and it's good to go. So I'm not going to buy any more because I'm clearly just not getting through it at the moment. Now the crisps were, don't know, just bought them. I like these, I know Corey likes those. They were on a deal for £1.50 each, I thought. I've just recently looked at the receipt and one of them came up at £2, but it doesn't tell you, because the last 2 things I bought were these, and one says crisps and one says snacks, so I don't know what they decided is what. So one of these was scanning at £1.50, which is what it said on the shelf, and the other one is coming up at £2. These are gone. Corey took them upstairs to eat them whilst he's playing his Harry Potter game, which he's absolutely obsessed with. These are the Jaffa Cakes. Now I bought him some for Christmas, the make, I can't think of the make, you know what I mean, the Jaffa Cake, the actual ones. And I bought these last week because they were cheaper than the other ones, even though these are 80p, which is quite expensive. But he said that they're really good, they're just the same. He said the texture's slightly different, but not enough to not get these ones. So he would recommend these. There's no digestives here this week, there wasn't any, so otherwise there would have been digestives there as well. Now the toilet roll has been £1.93 for the longest time. It's now gone up to £1.99. I have noticed this, that was another thing I wanted to mention. I have noticed that there's a lot of little tickets that say price locked. Did not notice one essential range in that. It's all the more expensive ones at the price locked. So to me, that's not Asda doing us any favours, because it's clearly the essential range that people with money issues are having to buy, and they're not price locking them. So, you know, this has crept up 6p since last week. It's all those little bits that add up though, isn't it? So yeah, just thought I'd mention that. I picked up another packet of these as they were still there. I didn't get a lot of freezer stuff this week. I couldn't honestly remember how much space I had, and I've just managed to fit it all in. So yeah, this is 87p still, so I think they just randomly have them in the store. But, you know, whilst they got them, I'll pick them up because Corey enjoys those. I got one pizza this week. Thank God that's all I got, because we're literally forcing everything in. This is the stuffed crust barbecue chicken and bacon. It's very, very good. I did try some just to let you all know, because I don't tend to eat them so much. It's just something Corey shoves in from work. £2.60 for this one. And I found this, just thought I'd give it a scan. I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge fan of meat. I do eat it, I'm just not a huge fan. Now this is a plant-based Cranberry Wellington. I didn't read it, honestly, just liked the look of the packaging, just like the picture. This sounds so bad. Tasty soya topped with cranberry sauce and wrapped in a flaky vegan puff pastry. Now I do enjoy soya products when it's made. I've tried it myself and I just don't think I can cook it right or whatever. I'm not a fan that way. But I scanned it and it was 29p and it's huge. You know, Corey won't eat this. I mean, he would probably just give it a try if I say, do you want to try a bit? But it's not something he's going to go for. So this would be great for, like, if I'm having roast dinners or something like that. I've just got stuff to go. I did pick up 2 of them, but the other one is in the outside freezer, and honestly it's so cold in the house I certainly didn't want to go outside as well. I got the variety pack again. They did have a couple. It's like I'm sometimes getting them, sometimes I'm not with this. 24 bags. You get 6 prawn cocktail, 6 cheese and onions, 6 salt vinegar and 6 ready salted for £3.35. And that was all my Asda. I went into Iceland before I went into Asda, and I did mention last week that again, I'm not going to... My brain's not working. It never works, let's face it, but it's just a little bit worse than usual. The make ones that I bought, Bird's Eye. Is it Bird's Eye? I think it's Bird's Eye, that I bought Corey last week. The crispy chicken quarter pounders. This is the one, it's in like a Rice crispy sort of coating, so it's extremely crispy. They were on a deal for £2 last week, the Bird's Eye ones, but as I've mentioned, they're way more expensive normally. So I'd seen these in Iceland, and these are £2 full price, so I thought, well, give them a go, because if these are good and the other ones are full price and they're out my price range that I'm happy to pay for, I can pop down to Iceland and just pick these up. He was quite excited. Again, it was a picture thing. He just said they look really good. I mean, I think that they look the same as the Bird's Eye picture, but, you know, it was something about the packaging, I guess. You know, we get suckered in by these things, don't we? I've wanted a quiche for the longest time, but they are so silly priced. I just, you know... this says it was £2.55. I couldn't do it. But £1.28 is actually extremely good for the bacon one. That is totally me. Corey won't have any of that again, but I've been wanting it for a long time, so yeah, that's the only reason I picked that up. I got these. I like Space Raiders. I love pickled onion, and they're onion rings. I have been looking at onion rings, didn't realise how expensive they've gone up. Like, they're like over £2 a bag. It's disgusting. These were £2, I believe. Hang on, let me just double check. Yes, £2 for that. I know it's a lot of money, but it's just one of those things that, you know, sometimes you just read something, it makes your mouth water and you just want to try it. I just wanted to try it. Didn't know that Corey's not a fan of onion rings. He told me when I was telling him about these. He will try these because he likes the sound of the pickled onion and that as well. But I've been hunting for decent priced onion rings because I thought it'd be nice to put it in a burger for him, make something different, and turns out he's not a fan anyway, so I don't need to look for him anymore. So yeah, this was just one of those. Just look good. And there's actually 4 of these. I took one upstairs to show Corey because don't even ask me why, and it's just sitting in his bedroom because I forgot to bring it down. But there's 4 of these. Just found them on the shelf. Now Corey buys the Monster energy drink and he takes one to work. He spends a long day at work and he just has one of these. So yeah, I just saw these. This is the Tyson Fury ones. You know, he's intrigued. They were 25p. That's extremely good for this size can of an energy drink. You know, he doesn't drink them on weekend, you know, before anyone goes into it, how bad they are for you. The reason that they tend to be bad for people is, you know, you're always going to get some people that have reactions to anything. That's just normal. And a lot of people drink these and sit and do nothing, and that was not what they were designed for. They're designed for you to be expending the energy. I'm not saying they're good for you, far from it. I'm definitely not saying that. But he has one before work, and I guess he drinks it on his way, and then he's literally on the go all day. So that's just what he has. So 25p was a good price. So that is my haul. I hope the prices have helped you out. I don't have anything to say. The shop was fine. My mind isn't working the way it normally would. It's perfectly normal. I am expecting this to last a little bit longer. You know, we're just going each day as it comes. I am doing some things today. Will tell you about them or record, I don't know. I will tell you what's going on. I will keep everybody updated with what is going on, and I can probably have a chat about what's going on with me, just cause why not? You're the only people that I do talk to. So hope you're all having a lovely Saturday. I'm sending out good vibes as I always do. I hope you're catching them, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.